What would you give for a 1970 Ford Cortina, 1300? Good nick, one owner. 600, 700 pounds? Huh. You'll be lucky to get this one for less than 3,000. Not that there's anything remarkable about the car itself. Steering's fine. Gearbox. Engine runs smoothly enough. But it's not the car you'll be paying for at all. In fact, you get that thrown in free. What costs you your 3,000 pounds is the number plate. TE1 is one of the cherished number plates of Great Britain. So is GLE1. It's a bit cheaper at £300. If you want a pun in your number plate, how about ORN8? Or even RU18? They're all owned by the #1 autonumerologist in the country, a man who's making big business out of the latest rage and status symbols. My number plate's worth £3,000. What's your number plate worth?
This particular one is worth about £3,000.
You know, Mr. Woodhull, it's an extraordinary business you're in. I had no idea that people were prepared to pay such huge sums just for number plates.
Oh, yes, indeed, yes.
I mean, what do you think it is? Is it just the snob value?
No, I think it's an investment. Nowadays, they seem to be doubling in value every 3 to 4 years.
What would you make on a normal sale?
Well, that's very difficult to say. I do work on a percentage. If a number plate will sell for £4,000, I expect about £400.
Now, you can't sell the number plate itself, can you?
No. Usually they're on old bangers or get them transferred to mopeds.
So, in fact, by law, you have to sell the car that the number plate is on.
The vehicle is, that's correct.
And the new owner can then transfer the number plate after a certain period of time onto the one he's got.
That's right.
I suppose the best-known number plate collector in the country must be Sir Gerald Nabarro.
Oh, he's got a fantastic collection. He's got NAB 1 right through to NAB 8. And 2 of them are on mopeds, which he gives to his gardeners.
Well, what would a collection like that be worth, would you reckon?
Well, to him, I would think £15,000-20,000.
TJ1 is a very precious number plate. And it's just come on the market, so if your name is Ted Johnson, Thomas Jenkins, or Trevor James, this one could be for you. But wait a minute. Who else has those initials? Tom Jones, Tony Jacklin, not to mention a handful of millionaires. Tell me, Mr. Jackson, that you have one of the most sought-after number plates in the British Isles. How did you get hold of it?
Well, I saw it advertised in the Times about 10 years ago, and I offered the fellow £100 for it. He came over to see me and he took my cheque, and that was that. Only then he thought, well, I've got a right nitwit here who's prepared to pay £100 for a car number plate. He thought perhaps there's another nitwit, and he gazumped, I think is the phrase now. And in the end I had to pay nearly £200 for it. This is 10 years ago.
What did you want it for?
Oh, why do little boys put their initials on penknives? Or why do little boys carve their initials on trees? I've no idea, really. But I just wanted it, and I perhaps thought, well, it's unique, and perhaps it'll be worth some money someday, but why do little boys put their names on penknives? That's it.
I gather that you've now decided to get rid of it. I mean, why?
Well, I've had it 10 years, and I live in a very small town, and a lot of people know my car, and it causes a certain amount of amusement, I suppose, and a little bit of embarrassment. People know what I'm doing and where I'm going, and if I give a lift home to a pretty girl, well, people know about that, or if my car breaks down outside a pub, people misconstrue. Or if I want to keep my business discreet, I've got to walk a hell of a long way to the auction, you see. And so I'm disposing of the number plate.
And you're giving up this idea of unique number plates altogether, are you?
No, not quite. I'm still perhaps not fully grown up, and I am going to put another number plate on, actually.
What's that one?
TJ10.
Have you had any offers for TJ1 yet?
Yes, I have, actually. I've had about 6 offers.
Would you be prepared to tell me what you're asking?
No, I'd rather not. I haven't quite finalised the negotiations. It wouldn't be fair on the purchaser.
Some people have initials on the car, and I thought it would be a good idea to have Ernie. I'm well known around town now. Wherever I park, everyone says, "Hello, Ernie, how are you?"
Has it got any disadvantages?
Yes, sometimes if you park your car where you're not supposed to, it can be rather embarrassing at times.
How much would you reckon they're worth?
one can't really put a figure on them because it's like with art, such as the Mona Lisa. It can't possibly be worth the money it's really sold for. It just depends on how much someone's willing to pay for them if they wanted to buy them. They have currently been advertised at £10,000.
Well, not wishing to be outdone in the status symbol world, I have finally found, after a great deal of searching about, my very own number plate, Bob 1. The only snag is the vehicle that goes with it.